Hola, soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. And in today's video, we're in the top tips for level 4, the green book. If you don't have the book, don't worry. You'll still be able to follow this short video with top tips. And if you do have the book, however, you'll be going to page Página 10, and we're going to be looking at some false friends. In other words, some words in Spanish don't mean what you think they do. So, okay, first one, embarazada. Embarazada. Think maybe it'd mean embarrassed. No, it means pregnant. So be very careful with that one. Number 2, la carpeta. Sounds like it means carpet, but it doesn't. It means a folder. You know, a folder that you put your papers in. Number 3, estar constipado, to have a cold. It's not to be constipated. And I remember a student of mine many years ago, a student who was learning English, saying to me, she hadn't come to the class before. And I said, oh, you didn't come to class yesterday or whatever. And she said she was constipada. And I was like, oh, that's a bit too much information. But anyway, of course, it doesn't mean that. Estar constipado is not to be constipated, or not in that way. It means to have a cold. And then el delito. That you think, is that a delight? But it's not, it's a crime. So again, important not to get that mixed up. El preservativo. So you might think that a preservativo is a preservative, or maybe something like jam or something like that, but it's not. It's a condom. So you've got to be careful not to get your preservatives and your condoms mixed up. Molestar. You think, oh, does molestar mean to molest someone? Well, it sort of does, but not in the sex way. Molestar is to annoy somebody. So if somebody tells you that somebody molested them, doesn't mean in an sex way, it means they irritated them or annoyed them. Decepcionar is to disappoint, not to deceive. So you might think that decepcionar, I remember hearing somebody say that, thinking, oh, I haven't deceived anyone, but obviously I'd disappointed them for whatever. I can't even remember what it was. But yeah, big difference between deceive and disappoint. Decepcionar is to disappoint. Once, which is spelled ONCE. So you see that looks like once, the way we speak in English. But it is actually 11, once, 11. Pronounced once, spelt like once and meaning 11. Oh, and another one not to get mixed up with is mama. Because if you're thinking that's, so this is all about the accent. Mama is mum, but mama, without the accent, is a breast. A breast, a woman's breast. So you've got to be careful not to get mixed up with mama and mama. It's all in the accent in Spanish, isn't it, where the accents are. And the last one in this top tips, el éxito. So again, that sounds like it's an exit, but it means success. If you have éxito, and don't forget as well, there's an accent on the E, so it's éxito, not éxito, and that is success. So, embarazada, pregnant, la carpeta, the folder, estar constipado, or constipado, as they sometimes say it in Spain. That's bad Spanish, but people do say it like that. To have a cold. El delito, the crime. El preservativo, the condom. Molestar, to annoy. Decepcionar, to disappoint. Once, 11. La, I have to think where the stress is. Mama, la mama, breast. El éxito, success. Okay. So please stay tuned. There's a little video going to come on before this video finishes, telling you about my books. If you want to learn Spanish at home with internet support, or also it will tell you about how to learn Spanish with me. If you want to do classes with me, all the information is on this video that I'm going to put on for you now. So, as always, gracias por mirar. Te veo muy pronto en el próximo video y hasta entonces, que tu Dios vaya contigo siempre. Hola, soy Vicki. And are you wanting to learn Spanish? Have you been trying to learn Spanish and it's just you can't put the words together? Common thing that people say to me is, I know a lot of words, but I just can't put a sentence together. So I'm here to tell you how you can learn Spanish through English. Learn how to make sentences, not phrase book Spanish. Learn how to ask questions, answer questions. Right from beginner or whatever level you are, if you're struggling in putting it all together, there'll be a level I can offer you a solution. So I've been teaching Spanish for over 20 years to English-speaking people. And these are the books that I have written. Break the Language Barrier Level 1 for beginners. Level 2 for intermediate or sort of pre-intermediate. Level 3 intermediate. Level 4 upper intermediate. And level 5 for advanced. Because really level 5 is to practice what you've already learned. So if you've already learned a lot of Spanish, but you want some practice with translations, conversation practice, games, etc., level 5 is for you. If you know more than level 1, in other words, you know how to already speak in the present tense, if your grammar has gone past the present tense but you're struggling with the past tenses, level 2 is the book for you. All these books are available on Amazon. Any Amazon, wherever you are in the world that you want to learn Spanish, you can order one of my books from Amazon. The other thing you can do, you may be interested in Zoom classes. I've left my contact details here on the video so that you can WhatsApp me or email me if you want to know about Zoom classes and how they work. Or another way you can learn is, along with the book, have recorded classes to learn. So although we're not sort of face-to-face as we would be on a Zoom class, you can still ask me questions. You can watch the class, on the video, watch the class which goes with the book. All the books have everything is, the classes, I can either teach you face-to-face like we're talking now in Zoom classes, or if either your budget doesn't run that far or you haven't got the time for Zoom classes, we can do it as a course where you get the book and you get the actual recorded classes, and you can learn in your own time, but you can still ask me questions by email, just not in the moment because it's not an actual one-to-one class, but you'll find that is reflected in the price. So if you want more details of how you can become better at Spanish, and remember, it's always progress, not perfection that we're looking for. Perfection is impossible. Believe me, if you're going for perfection, that's not going to happen for a long time, if ever. But communication, confidence, fluidity, all those add up to be fluency, don't they? Okay, so my books offer explanations in English, step-by-step, easy to follow grammar, gradual build of vocabulary and conversation skills, and all the answers are included, and you always have full internet backup. In other words, you can always email me or WhatsApp me a question and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so what are you waiting for? If you want to learn Spanish, don't hesitate. Okay, gracias y hasta pronto.